Hello everyone! Let's learn together about the English review. Now, let's try to answer some questions here. Number one, the name of the following part of the body is blah blah blah. A, arm, B, feet, or C, neck. Can you guess the answer? Yes, the answer is A, arm. Alright, how about this picture? The name of the following part of the body is blah blah blah. A. Leg. B. Foot. Or C. Mouth. Of course, the answer is mouth. How about this? The name of the following part of the body is blah blah blah. A. Nose. B. Head. Or C. Eye. Of course, the answer is B. Alright, how about this one? The name of the following part of the body is blah blah blah. A. Nose. B. Feet. Or C. Ear. Of course, the answer is B. Feet. Okay, now let's look at the following pictures. Which picture shows nose? Can you guess which one is nose? Of course, the answer is C. Okay, how about this one? Which picture shows an arm? Of course, the answer is C. Now, how about this one? Which picture shows hair? Of course, the answer is B. Okay, now let's try to pay attention the spelling of the word. The name of the following part of the body is A, B, or C. Can you guess what is the best answer? Yes, that's right. The answer is C. Okay, how about this picture? Can you guess how to spell hand? Is it A, B, or C? Of course, the answer is A. How about this? Do you know how to spell the ear? Alright, of course, the answer is B. Okay, now let's complete the sentence. We can clap with our, is it eyes, foot, or hands? Of course, the answer is hands. We can clap with our hands. How about this? We can sing with our, is it mouth, leg, or eyes? Alright, the answer is mouth. How about this one? We can walk with our hand, leg, or mouth. Of course, the answer is leg. How about this? We can blah 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 with our feet. Can you guess what can we do with our feet? Can we sing, clap, or jump? Yes, that's right. The answer is jump. How about this? We can blah 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 with our eyes. What is the function of our eyes? Is it to walk, to see, or to hear? Of course, the answer is C. We can see with our eyes. Now we have to try to answer this question. Actually, we have learned about is and are. Now look at this. His foot, blah blah blah, small. In this question, the foot is only one. So we have to use are or is or have. Is. His foot is small. How about this? My eyes, blah blah blah, small. In this question, the I is used as it means more than one. That's why we have to use are. How about this? Your head blah 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 big. Have, are, or is. Yes, that's correct. We have to use is. How about this? Their feet blah 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 big. Is or are or had. Has. In here, the feet means there are two. That's why we have to use are. Okay. How about this? Her ears blah 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 big. You can see in here use as it means more than one. That's why we have to use are. How about this? His hands blah 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 big. In this question, the hands also used as it means more than one. So we have to use are. Now how about this one? They blah 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 big arms. We have learned about have or has. If the subject is they, it means we have to use have. They have big arms. How about I? I blah 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 short hair. Have or has or is? Yes, that's right. We have to use have. I have short hair. How about this? She blah 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 black hair. Is it have, has, or are? Alright, we have to use has. How about this? He blah 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 big feet. In here, the subject is only one. It means we have to use has. He has big feet. Now, how about you? You blah 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 small hands. Can we use is or has or have? Of course, the answer is have. Now, let's learn about possessive adjective. I have brown eyes. Blah 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 eyes are brown. If the subject is I, it means the possessive adjective will be my. My eyes are brown. How about this? You. You have small nose. Blah 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 nose is small. In the sentence, the subject is you. It means the possessive adjective will be your. How about this? They. They have big arms. Blah 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 arms are big. If the subject is they, it means that we can use their. Okay. How about she? She has small ears. Blah 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 ears are small. Of course, the answer is her. How about this? He has big nose. Blah blah blah. Nose is big. Can we use his or she or he? Yes, that's right. We have to use his. How about this? Daisy and Dwi have small hands. Blah 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 hands are small. Now, in this question, the subject is Desi and Dewi. There are two people. It's same with they. That's why we have to use their. Okay, how about this? My sister has brown eyes. Blah 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 eyes are brown. In this question, my sister is same with she. That's why the possessive adjective will be her. Okay, let's try to complete this question. Blah blah blah, you sing? Yes, I can. We can try to make the question by using can. Can you sing? Yes, I can. It means the answer is can. How about this? Can she dance? Yes, blah blah blah, can. The subject in this question is she. It means in the answer we have to use she. Yes, she can. How about this? Can they fly? No, they blah blah blah. They can walk. In here, the answer say no. It means we have to say no, they cannot. How about this? The name of the following food is blah blah blah. A. Cheese pizza, or B. Rice, or C. Sandwich. Of course, the answer is A. Now, how about this? Can you guess what is the name of the food here? Is it chicken, fish, or soup? Of course, the answer is fish. Now, how about this? The name of the following food is blah blah blah. Salad, soup, or sandwich? Of course, the answer is sandwich. Now, can you guess which picture shows an orange? Is it A, B, or C? Of course, the answer is B. How about this? Which picture shows soup? Is it A, B, or C? Yes, that's right. We have to choose C. Now, how about this one? Did you still remember how to spell cookie? A, B, or C? Yes, the answer is A. How about this? Did you still remember how to spell chicken? A, B, or C? Of course, the answer is C. How about this? How to spell egg? A, B, or C? This is the easiest question for you. Of course, the answer is B. Okay, now how to spell rice? A, B, or C? Yes, that's correct. The answer is C. Okay, now let's try to complete this question. Do they like grapes? Yes, they blah blah blah. Because the subject is they, it means we have to use do. Yes, they do. They like grapes. How about this? Does he like orange? Yes, he blah blah. Because the subject is he, we have to use does. Yes, he does. He likes orange. How about this? Can you complete this question? Blah blah blah, you like soup? Yes, I do. I like soup. The subject here is you. It means we have to use do. Do you like soup? Yes, I do. How about this? Does she like apple? Yes, she blah 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 has, do, or does. Because the subject is she, it means we have to use does. Yes, she does. How about this? Do they like salad? No, they blah blah blah. Of course, we have to say no, they don't. They don't like salad. How about this? Does he like rice? No, he blah blah blah. He doesn't like rice. Because the subject is he, it means we have to use does plus not doesn't. No, he doesn't. Now let's try to complete this sentence. Does she like sandwich? Yes, she does. She blah 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 sandwich. Because the subject is she, it means we have to use likes. She likes sandwich. How about this? Do they like sandwich? Yes, they do. They blah 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 sandwich. If the subject is they, we have to use like. They like sandwich. Now, how about this one? Do you like salad? Yes, I do. I blah 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 salad. Do, like, or likes. If the subject is I, we have to use like. I like salad. How about this? Does he like chicken? Yes, he does. He blah 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 chicken. Of course, we have to use likes. He likes chicken. Do you like fish? No, I don't. I don't blah 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 fish. You can say I don't like fish. How about this one? Does she like grapes? No, she doesn't. She doesn't blah 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 grapes. Can we choose does, likes, or like? Hmm. Of course, the answer is like. We cannot use likes yet because here say does. She doesn't like grapes. Okay, now let's complete this sentence. It is blah 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 cookie. Can we use an, does, or a? Now let's pay attention to the first letter here. The first letter is C. It's a consonant. It means we have to use a. It is a cookie. How about this? It is blah 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 apple. Can we use an, a, or does? In here, the first letter is a vowel. It means we have to use an. Now, how about this one? It is blah 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 banana. Do, or an? Miss Leah believes that all of you know the answer. The answer is a. It is a banana. How about this? It is blah 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 orange. A, an, or do? Because the first letter here is a vowel, it means we have to use an. It is an orange. Now look at this. It is blah 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 pineapple. In this sentence or in this word, the first letter is P. It's a consonant. It means we have to use a. It is a pineapple. Alright, everyone. I think that's all from Miss Leah. Thank you so much, and I hope that you are ready to follow our mid test next week. Thank you. Bye.